Harnessing the demographic dividend, a once-in-a-generation opportunity for Afghanistan. Improvements in healthcare and education boosted by economic development are changing demographics globally. Infants and children have higher survival rates and people are living longer, and the changing patterns of births, deaths, life expectancy, and childbearing impact development and the pace of a country's demographic transition. Afghanistan is in the early stages of this demographic transition. Life expectancy is greater and birth rates dropping, trends that result in a demographic dividend. The accelerated economic growth potential when they share of the working age population is larger than the non-working age population. It is estimated the population of Afghanistan will increase from 40.4 million in 2021 to 54.4 million by 2030, an additional 14 million people in just 9 years, under a constant fertility scenario projected by NSIA and UNFPA using data from the latest remote sensing technology. Decreased fertility will lead to a projected drop in the proportion of children aged 0 to 14 from 47.3% to 38.6%, or from 18.4 million in 2020 to 19.1 million by 2030. There will be an increase in the proportion of the active working population aged 15 to 64 years from 50.0% to 56.8%, or 19.5 million in 2020 to 28.1 million in 2030, and fewer children and elderly as dependents. Simply put, fewer children to look after and more people of working age could accelerate Afghanistan economic development, provided those workers are educated, empowered, and employed. This means creating 538,000 new jobs every year until 2030. Jobs for workers who are skilled, educated, and who can meet the demands of the market. From now to 2030, there is an urgent need to increase enrollment and retention of students in secondary and tertiary education, and to invest in technical and vocational education and training with a focus of 21st century skills. Between 2020 and 2025, there could be an increase in primary school students from 3.83 million to 4.25 million, decreasing to 4.18 million in 2030. Numbers of primary school age students are projected to decline from 3.72 million in 2019 to 4.18 million in 2030, offering a chance to improve education quality if budgets and investments are maintained. An investment will be needed to meet this demand. It is projected that 95,084 teachers will be needed by 2030, up from 84,650 in 2019. Increasing teacher numbers will maintain the same student-teacher ratio at around 44.0 over the same period. The growing population not only needs education, but also to be healthy, and for this, more doctors, nurses, and midwives are required. A strong community-based health system can respond to the population needs, but the number of nurses has to rise from 12,111 in 2019 to 15,807 by 2030. The proportion of births attended by skilled health personnel increased from 39.9% in 2012, NRVA 2011 to 2012, to 53.4% in 2017, ALCS 2016 to 2017. The country committed at the Nairobi summit to train and employ an additional 3,500 midwives by 2030. The number of doctors and health associate professionals must rise from 28,487 in 2017 to 43,409 by 2030, under the current total fertility rate of 5.3. These health professionals will be most effective if they are connected to the network of health facilities, both driving for progress and prosperity to ensure that no one is left behind. Afghanistan needs to strengthen a people-centered approach to planning and budgeting. For about 10 to 15 years to go for Afghanistan to complete its demographic transition, investing strategically in skills and the well-being of today's youth. especially adolescent, to enter the workforce could put Afghanistan on track to harnessing the possibility of accelerated economic growth. All of this requires urgent and innovative solutions, such as the youth strategy and policy framework, which, if scaled up, can fulfill the potential of youth for strengthening Afghanistan human capital. Offering family life education, social protection, and opportunities for women and girls to engage in the formal economy is essential for realizing gender equality and the demographic dividend. Implement policies to reduce child marriage and early childbearing to promote gender equity and to eliminate gender-based violence and discrimination. There is an urgent need to increase investment in sexual and reproductive health and rights, contraceptive information, and services focusing on youth. This will allow individuals and couples decide if, when, and how many children they want. The government of Afghanistan committed to addressing the unmet need for family planning, including among adolescent girls, by 2030. At the ICPD 25 Nairobi Summit, the years from 2020 to 2030 must be a decade of accelerated action with highly targeted areas of investment. Urgent implementation of policies, increased investments in the quality of education, secondary school retention, and community-based healthcare systems, and diversified economic opportunities, especially for women and youth, can take advantage of this once-in-a-generation opportunity for a demographic dividend in Afghanistan.